Would the 4 who are becoming new members today please come forward? They all brought their covenant. So proud of you. Yes. Here, the first one on your right is Celine Clark. Next to her is Marty Wise. Marty's been coming for 100 years, but she just never had joined. Candace. She's Marty. And this is Candace Newmeyer. And Candace works here part-time, doing our website and social media. And Jerry Sherman. And we also are welcoming Tamara Vanderhoof, who could not be here today, but she is becoming a member also.
I think I'm on. Am I on now? Am I on now?
Yes.
All right. Well, good morning. It's so good to have you here. It's our pleasure to welcome you into membership here at Unity of Springfield. For Unity membership, there are no requirements other than a desire to know and to love the God of your understanding. Unity offers no prescribed doctrine or creed other than to seek the truth and to follow the only commandments that Jesus gave us. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and to love your neighbor as yourself. When you come to Unity, you make an agreement to be in unity with all. The first unity is is your relationship with, again, the God of your understanding. The second unity is within yourself. And the third is unity with all of humanity. So if you choose, I'm going to invite you to share in the covenant of unity. I will read the first line, and then if you will respond. We seek unity with God.
We consecrate our lives to God. We look to the indwelling Christ as our source. We are dedicated to the principles of truth as revealed to us.
We seek unity within ourselves.
We have faith in the power of prayer to change our lives. We affirm that our lives reflect that we are living the truth.
And we seek unity with each other.
We respect the views of all our fellow seekers. Our goal is harmony here in the congregation. We join this fellowship in growing, learning, and experiencing a better life together.
And we seek unity with all of humankind.
We see the good in every man and woman. Our love for all people will be our constant expression. We will encourage everyone to seek the truth from spirit within.
So it is my pleasure and my honor for the last time for me to get to do this as the spiritual leader, to welcome you into membership at Unity of Springfield. If you want to give them a round of applause. And we are going to sing to you, I behold the Christ in you, and the words are up on the screen. And you can stand or sit, whatever you choose to do. I behold the Christ in you, hear the life of God I see. I can see a great peace too, I can see you whole and
behold the Christ in you. I can see that perfect one, led by God in all you do. I can see God's work is done.
Welcome, Celine, Marty, Candace, and Jerry. Woo! We're going to have cupcakes in Fellowship Hall after the service, so if you'd like to come and give them a greeting, handshake, or hug, we would love that. So thank you, guys. Welcome. Yay!
And just so you remember, we have cupcakes. There's many reasons you'll want to stay today after the service. Good morning to everyone that's sitting here in the sanctuary, and we welcome also those who are watching us live stream. We're so glad you're with us this morning. If anyone here is for the very first time, or you've only been coming a short time, and you have some questions, or you would like to know what Unity truly believes and what goes on here at this particular Unity Church, please see Joseph. Joseph is standing up back there. He has a gold stole on, and he has a coffee mug to share with you, and he also has a packet of information. Please join me. I'm not there yet. Hold on. Please check in on Facebook. Tell all your friends and family, here I am. And then if you would please silence your telephone. First, I want to recognize the yard cleanup crew. They were here a week ago yesterday. There were about a dozen of them, and they cleaned up this whole yard. Would you all please stand so we can give you a thank you? Everybody that helped with the yard cleanup. Thank you. I'm also adding something that does not have a screen because it's a surprise for Lisa. And if Lacey's here, the two of them put on a volunteer appreciation dinner just for those that volunteered for the shelter this last season. And I think she said there were like 52 volunteers that were here for the dinner. But I want to thank Lisa for all of her work, and Lacey if she is here this morning. And it will be just 2 weeks till we're acknowledging Lisa and all the work she's done on Planet Unity, and her team also. Today's beautiful flowers are provided by Nancy Scrivener in celebration and appreciation of Sue. And here is her message. Thank you, Sue, for your years of devotion to any and all. And thanks to and for Paul. He has been by your side so helpful and dedicated. You have each shown up to be who God sent you here to be. God is, and you each are. Much love and appreciation, Nancy. Please join me in the mission statement. The words are up on the screen together. Our mission is to encourage and inspire spiritual and personal growth by empowering each other to be authentically all that we came here to be. Let's speak together the affirmation for today's daily word. The boundless love of God expresses through me. I am loving. To be loving means to be kind, understanding, and generous. It means forgiving grievances easily and seeking to understand myself and others. In striving to be loving toward others, I begin with myself. Exercising self-compassion when I make mistakes makes forgiving others easier. Taking time for self-care makes it more natural for me to be a nurturing presence for others. Treating myself well helps make my generosity spontaneous and frequent. Love is the very nature of God. I am a spiritual being, which means love is my nature too. Through my loving nature, I am positive, optimistic, hopeful, and faith-filled. I am the heart and hands of God on earth. I am loving. And let's repeat. Well, the scripture for today, if you'll join me in repeating it, is 1 Corinthians 13:4. Together. Love is patient. Love is kind. It bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. And let's repeat the affirmation one more time. The boundless love of God expresses through me, I am loving. We are not going to sing My Thoughts or Prayers this morning, but Sue is coming up to ring the prayer bowl. Yes, I will do that. Please hold the following in prayer for their highest good. Jim, G, Steve, Carolyn, Peggy, Ron, Michael, Brett, Bianca, Leslie, Allie, Susan, Carolyn, Penny, Charlie, Austin, Robert, Oakley, and Rita, and anyone else you would like to join in prayer. As the sounds and vibrations coming from our prayer bowl fill the sanctuary, allow them to be absorbed in your bodies, your minds, and your souls. Become aware of the Christ presence that dwells within each and every one of us. Take a deep breath, visualizing your connection to Spirit. Send and receive hope, peace, and love to all the people around you and reaching out to every person on this earth. Center your minds to this very room as we begin to relax our minds and bodies, preparing for prayer and meditation. Beginning at the crown of your head, release tension in your mind and body. Relax. Follow your focus to your forehead, eyes, ears, lips, tongue, and jaw. Follow your attention to your neck and your shoulders, releasing any tension there. Down through your arms, wrists, fingers, intentionally relaxing as you go. Move down through your spine and lower back, your thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Remind yourself to relax and let go. Breathe. Breathe in, hold, and exhale. We affirm the highest and best for the names on the prayer list for healing, prosperity, guidance, safety, and peace of mind. We embrace these prayers for ourselves, our families, and our friends, and out to every person. We share our love, strength, and support with all who have recently been affected by spring storms. We surround the world and our country, our personal friends and family, with love and light. We support diversity, equity, and inclusion for all. We support peace and harmony in the Middle East, Ukraine, Africa, Asia, and South America. We visualize food, health care, and shelter for those in need here and around the world. We visualize the basic needs met, inner peace and happiness for everyone. We bless those who have been ravaged by tornadoes and flooding these recent weeks. May they receive any and all help to return them to a normality of their lives. We remain calm, peaceful, loving, leading to justice, fairness, and security in our country. We forgive those we believe have transgressed against us, knowingly and unknowingly. We forgive ourselves for any regrets of our own. We clear any blocks to our well-being, our minds, or to the flow of love and prosperity for ourselves, our families, and anyone or anything that we have held in judgment or resentment. We are assured by the words of Jesus that we are loved. We are whole, perfect, and complete, just as we are. We choose to love ourselves and know that we are worthy of all good. We choose to bless others with our love and our light as we spread gratitude for life, health, abundance, loving relationships, harmony, and inner peace. We choose to contribute from a loving heart to a consciousness of global oneness. We are spiritual beings, which means love is our nature as it is God's nature. Through our loving nature, we choose to be positive, optimistic, hopeful, and faith-filled. We are the heart and hands of God on earth. How may we serve in the silence?
Good morning. It's so good to see everybody, and as Mitch said, on this wintry day, kind of comical, isn't it, that they even were talking about a chance of snow today. That's wow. Thank you, Carrie. That was beautiful. Thank you, our band. What a wonderful message for us to remind ourselves to be kind to ourselves and to be compassionate to ourselves. I think probably all of us can do better with that. Would you say yes? Yeah, absolutely. So there was this elderly couple, and I have to say here that sometimes my kids will talk about an elderly person, and then I'll say, okay, how old are you talking? And they'll be like 60, and I'm like, okay, so I'm in the elderly group, just so you know. An elderly couple walked into a diner and ordered one burger, one side of fries, and one drink. And you can come on up. Thank you. I'll leave you hanging there wondering what this joke is. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so very carefully, the elderly man unwrapped the burger and he cut it in half and gave, perfect half to his wife. Then he counted the French fries, and he split those in half and gave each of them the same amount of French fries. And then he took a sip of the drink and then gave a sip to her and put it in the middle of the table. Well, the people around there were kind of looking and kind of like, oh, this is interesting. And so this one younger gentleman went over and he said, hey, listen, I would really like to buy you a meal so that you can both have a meal. And the older man smiled and shook his head and he said, no, thank you. We've been sharing everything for years. But as the meal went on, he started to notice that the older woman wasn't eating anything. And so he went back over to the table and he said, ma'am, I'm really happy to buy you your own meal. And she looked at him and she put her hand on his and she said, oh no, dear, we always share everything. And he said, well, why aren't you eating? And she said with a grin, I'm waiting for the teeth. I wanted to make you laugh and gross you out at the same time, right? Yeah, okay. I really thought about, should I do that joke, but only for a second did I think about it. Okay, so I have to admit that, I kind of am open to guidance on where my talks are going. And I have to admit that doing a talk based on the late Reverend Eric Butterworth's book, Life is for Loving, my thought was, seriously, another talk on love? Seriously? Seriously. Because truly, as the song says, what the world needs now is love, sweet love, more than ever, right? Right? Yes, more than ever, yes. And I'm blessed because my whole life has been about love. I grew up in a very loving family. I've always had this great capacity to love and to give love. And as I shared before many times, that when my kids were growing up, I never allowed them to say that they hated each other. And my mantra was always, be love. Just be love. And so it became the big joke in our family for, still to this day, just be love, just be love. But I'm proving myself right now. So this year I was guided to sponsor Planet Unity, which is our big Earth Day celebration coming up in a couple of weeks. And when you're a sponsor, you can get your logo, if you have a business, you can get that put on the back of the t-shirts. And so I thought, well, I don't have a business, but if I had a logo, what would my logo be? What would it look like? And so I had an idea from a spiritual perspective what mine would be. Now, if you have any question, I love sunflowers. Just in case you're not recognizing that. So much so that in my previous house, when I lived by myself, I had little doorknobs on my kitchen cabinets that were sunflowers. I've had sunflower pictures taken with my daughter and with my grandkids. I had a sunflower carrier for my dog. We currently have a sunflower tablecloth in our living room with some sunflower additions, and our wedding was themed in sunflowers. I came across this, and I'm a solentophile, which is someone who is irresistibly in love with sunflowers, especially because of their positive vibe and aura. And they are the national flower of Ukraine, and I solidly stand with Ukraine. Could I get an amen on that? Yes. So I knew sunflowers had to be a part of it. So I found this really cool picture of sunflowers that were in the shape of hearts. So from a spiritual perspective, so here's going to be my logo. From a spiritual perspective, I love the word beloved. Karen Drucker has a song, and it's when I look in your eyes, I see the beloved. I see the beloved looking back at me. And when I stand next to you, I feel the beloved. I feel the beloved in you. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. And it's such that reminder of the opportunity that we have to see and to feel and experience the beloved, not only in ourselves, but the beloved in everyone. And that's a big call for us, isn't it? To see the beloved in everyone. But here's the thing, my friends, we are the beloved. And I truly believe that we are here to be loved and to be love. So I want to first talk about what I mean by be loved, because I don't mean that from a human perspective. I don't mean that we're just here to be loved by people, I mean it from a grander, more spiritual aspect of things here. Personally, I don't believe that we can truly love ourselves, be loved, feel that love within ourselves when we don't know that we ourselves are completely and unconditionally loved in this moment. We have been every moment, and we will be every moment. We are purely, you as you sit here today, no matter what you've ever thought, said, or done, or not thought, said, or done, you are completely and unconditionally loved. Wow. I mean, that's something to intellectualize, but we want to realize this. We want to take it to a deeper place within us. So is there anybody here today or listening online, and welcome those of you who are online, that has done anything that you regret? Now, I'm not talking about living in regret. I'm talking about we know that we've said something or done something or didn't do or say something, and we feel bad about that, right? We've all had those experiences. Well, in our very human experience, when we mess up, we oftentimes experience punishment, right? From teachers or parents or authority figures, or we experience a withholding of love, right? That's our very human experience. And so that's why I'm saying I'm not talking about be loved from the human perspective, because that can be a very harsh experience for us when those things happen. But this that we call God, this that we call love, whatever you want to call it, universe, source, Holy Spirit, infinite mind, divine mind, whatever you want to call it, never punishes us, never withholds itself from us, because it cannot do that. Favorite definition of love by Charles Fillmore. Last time you'll hear this for a while from me anyway, but divine love is impersonal. It loves for the sake of loving. It is not concerned with what or who it loves, nor is it concerned with a return of love. Its joy, like the sun, its joy is in the shining forth of its nature. It cannot not be that. It cannot not be anything but that expression of love that is always flowing in us, through us, and as us, and it is up to us to be loved, to allow ourselves to feel that expression of unconditional love. It's kind of hard for our human mind to wrap around it, because we've experienced so much love in the human world that is not that, right? It is so important for us to be open to being loved in that way. You know, so I'm going to invite you just for a moment to think of someone, a pet, perhaps if you've had a child, you know that experience, that you felt this incredible experience of this unconditional love for. And then I want you to multiply that exponentially and tap into the love that is loving you at this very moment, because it is always here. It is always flowing through you. It is always here for you. That is why we say that God is for me, because it cannot not be for me, even in times when I feel like it's not. The quicker that I can line up with that, the better my experience is going to be, because I'm going to be flowing towards the goodness, towards the light, towards the expansion, right? When I can open myself up to that. So just feel yourself opening up to this love that permeates everything. There is nothing that this love is not in, whether it's something material or plants or animals and us, everything. This love is in everything. So when I say that we are here to be loved, what I mean is that we are here to be loved as the beloveds that we are. That we are here to feel that unconditional love within ourselves. Because it is in opening ourselves up to experiencing that then we can truly do, as our elder brother told us to do, to love our neighbor. Because we're going to love our neighbor what? As we love ourselves, right? And I really believe that when we open ourselves up to feeling this, and I just really want to encourage you to take some time and just be open to this. Feel that love just enveloping you and permeating every aspect of your being, just washing over you, and continue to think about whoever it was or whatever it was that you could feel that unconditional love, and let yourself feel yourself being that loved. As you are right now, with everything that has gone on before that we beat ourselves up for, right? Oh my goodness, we're good at that, aren't we? We're good at saying, wow, I just had this really judgmental thought, or I just had this gossipy conversation, No, it doesn't matter. That love is always flowing to the same degree. We're the ones that kink the hose, right? Yeah. Okay, so from his book, Life is for Loving, Eric says, love is the foundation of the creative process, the root of the reality of the universe, and the very nature of the infinite presence and power we call God. All things begin with love. Genesis says, in the beginning was God. And in the beginning, was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was with God. And he says, but then John says, God is love. So the Word was love. So paraphrasing John, in the beginning was love, and love was with God, and love was God. Doesn't that just feel different to you? It just feels different. God is this abstract concept, but then in the beginning was God, and God was love. Love was God. That's the creation of everything. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. This image likeness is the transcendent nature of creative love. Thus, it is that man is created in and of love. That is literally what we are created out of. We are that. Every aspect of our beingness is love. Every aspect of our beingness is love. How many of us could do a better job of remembering that? Absolutely. Absolutely. He says, no matter how far we stray from the root of reality into the circumference of living, because we get out here, don't we, in the circumference? Anybody out in the circumference of living? Anybody? Like out here going, whoa, everything's falling apart, what's happening? He says no matter how far we stray from that, it is always true in principle in the beginning that we are rooted and grounded in the allness of love. And he says that the chief work of man's life is always to call to remembrance his true nature, which is created in the image and likeness of God, who is love, and to get on with the business of life, which is for loving. I rest my case. Be love. And isn't it an easy thing to do all of the time? To be loving towards everyone. Any of us have any issues with that recently? So Eric says that the brutal frankness of Charlie Brown is hilarious because it is so true to life. I love all mankind. It's people I can't stand. And we laugh because we resonate, right? It's in our humanness. We have to recognize, and it's why I always say, don't beat yourself up. It's just we want to do better. We want to be better, and we have the capacity, the ability to be more of this expression of this loving nature that we actually have been created as. And please know that when I use the word him, that's just the way it was used back in the day, but it really encompasses all of us. It really does. So he says that we need to redefine or at least undefine this thing called love. And what he tells us is that we have accepted the biblical statement, God is love, as though it's a commodity that this anthropomorphic God has handed down to us, those of us living in this earthly realm. But he says to love someone is not to give a commodity. Oh, we are good at that in life, I'm going to extend my love to you. Oh, wait a second. You did something that doesn't line up with me. Pull it back, right? So it becomes a commodity. He says it's simply, and this is it, the saluting of the divine reality in the other person. This is the namaste. The namaste is the saluting of the truth, the divine reality, the light, the love in the other person. And I love, how many of us saw the movie Avatar, the blue people Avatar? And I love in that movie where they look and they say, I see you. I see you. Wow. I mean, that's powerful, isn't it? I see you, or I am willing to see you. Because sometimes it's hard to look beyond that facade, isn't it? But I'm willing to see you. He goes on to say that there's also been much confusion is what it means when he says love thy neighbor. And he says that there's a Hebrew construction that can only be archaically rendered as, in English, as love to your neighbor, which means act lovingly towards your neighbor. And Eric says that's the intent of that commandment. Again, not to love him, because to love him is to, deals with something you give to him or you do to him, but to be loving. And he says to be loving deals more with our attitude, our level of perception, the way that we see the other. Is anybody seeing otherness? Yeah, we're living in a climate of otherness right now. We are. And so our job, to me anyway, from a spiritual perspective, is how can we move beyond that otherness to the oneness, to the namaste. And he said that Jesus carried the process even further. So here we're gonna get down into it right now, you guys. Because, you know, we gotta stir up the gift of God within us, stir up the gift of love within us. We've got to rattle our own cages and wake ourselves up out of this kind of sleep that we're in right now, where we think it's okay to continue to other. Because we do. I do. I've been doing it. But that's not who we're called to be. Jesus clearly says in Luke 26, love your enemies, and you love them by, he tells us how to love them. I love how he speaks, tells us how to love them. You love them by doing good to those who hate you, blessing those who curse you, and praying for those who mistreat you. We want to take this beyond a platitude, right? Just something that's a really good idea, because it sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, that's what we're called to do, to love those that we perceive are against us. It sounds really good. And sometimes it's not even that it sounds good. It's like, are you kidding me? Seriously? Seriously. We have been called for this. We are appointed here at this time to be this, to do this, to be that love in expression. And I will say that in this political climate, it's been a little bit hard to do. Yes? Can we admit that? Yes, thank you for admitting that. But let's take it a little bit further. In Peter, it says, do not repay evil for evil or reviling for reviling, but on the contrary, bless. For to this you were called, that you may obtain a blessing. It's hard sometimes, isn't it? Well, I'm going to take us further in a second. The blessing is ours the moment that we bless someone else. That is in the giving, we are the receiving it. We're the first ones to receiving it because we're stirring up the blessing within us, right? And so, this is what it says. Bless. Don't do something against someone else because of what they did to you. And the cool thing is that not only do we receive the blessing as we are ourselves giving the blessing, but we open out the way. I love Al Marie, open out the way for our imprisoned splendor to escape. And we receive blessings upon blessings upon blessings in our own lives. But let's take this further. Because in Proverbs it says, do not rejoice when your enemy falls. And do not let your heart be glad when he stumbles. Oh. Wow. Wow. This is a big one, isn't it? It is. It is. And I recognize, my friends, that this is a very narrow path that we are walking on right now, because right now we're trying to find our way to stay in integrity with our spirituality while balancing the very human experience that we are having. But Eric says, in all human relations, are you ready for this? It is good to begin with the principle that people are innately wonderful and beautiful and loveful. They are created in the image and after the likeness of love, that whether they're showing it or not, they are still loveful. They are still loveful. And he said it may be hard to see, for they may not see it in themselves. But they are that beyond their superficiality. And he says with practice, you will find that you can look through them instead of just at them. I always love the thought of going to somebody has on a sunny day in their car, and you look at the window and you see your reflection, but then when you get closer, you look through it and you can see whoever is in the car, or those 3D things, I love when that pops up and you're like, whoa, I didn't see that before. It's the willingness to look with different eyes, to open up our hearts, to be willing to be changed at the core of our being, to be willing to remember who we are, so we can bring that love forward. Because, my friends, love is the harmonizer. Love is the healer. It is. Even in something that seems very ginormous and almost like it cannot be. But why are we here? Why are we practicing these things if we don't believe that it is possible in every person and in every situation? Because I'll tell you what, I've never seen a contract that had an addendum that said, except for your government officials. Have you? No? You guys aren't quite as joyful about this one. The thing is, no, we don't hang out in toxic relationships. I want to say this. We may do this from afar, and that's okay. But our job is to help someone else remember who they are. And to continue, Charles, he says, love is an inner quality that sees good everywhere and in everybody. Everybody. It insists that all is good, and by refusing to see anything but good, it causes that quality finally to appear uppermost in itself and in all things. And our job is to line up with that. So here's the thing, my friends, if we are spending more time in anger and blame, frustration and fear than we are in blessing and doing good and praying for the others, we are adding to the chaotic energy. Do we know that? Do we believe that? Do we believe what we say we believe and teach here every week? If I am staying in that energy, here's what I'm saying. It's okay. That anger, that frustration, that's an emotion that guides us to do something like what happened yesterday all across our nation. People standing up and saying, I'm going to be heard. That's a wonderful, wonderful thing. But there's a difference between doing that because we are guided to, because we are so seeking to be that expression of love in our world, and doing that because we are against something else. And we are making people, we're calling them evil and bad and wrong, right? It's a big call. I'm telling you, it's a big call. I am preaching to myself on this, to find a way to stay more in that place of blessing and doing good and praying. We have to get a hold of this in our consciousness. So, big call today, right? But it's so important You know, I always love this story of The Little Soul in the Sun by Neil Donald Walsh, and just to paraphrase it very shortly, and this is just a story, but it is a story that helped me. There's this little soul, and he's ready to go to earth, and he's all pure and love, and he just wants to experience everything, and then he tells God, well, I want to experience forgiveness, and God's like, well, I don't know how you can experience forgiveness because there's nothing to forgive, and the little soul's, but I want to experience forgiveness. Maybe that's what some of us decided we wanted to do when we came here, forgiveness and love. And then this other older soul comes up to the little soul and says, little soul, I love you so much that I will help you experience forgiveness. And the little soul says, oh, thank you. Well, how are you going to do that? And the older soul says, when we are on earth, I'm going to show up as something really awful in your life. And it's going to make you feel really bad, and it's probably going to hurt you. And the little soul was just like, okay. And the older soul said, the thing that I need from you is that when I show up as this awful thing in your life, I need you to remember who I am so that you can help me remember who I am. And I really feel right now, my friends, that's where we're at. Amen. Yeah. That it's really time for us to be showing up and to be practicing our principles in the highest ways. And one of those ways is to really begin to pray for our leaders, all of them, to do good to them, all of them, to bless them, all of them. That's how we love them. And every single act makes a difference. Every single time that we say, I see the light in you. And you know what? We may not be able to see the light, right? And so we may say, I want to see the light in you. And we may not even want to see the light. And so we might say, I want to see the light in you, right? Yeah. And you open yourself up to spirit, to love, divine love helping you. That's where your source is. Your source is not out here. It's not in your intellectual mind trying to conjure up that this person is the light. It's the love in you that you're tapping into, and you're saying, I want to see the love and the light in this person. And you will be guided. That I can tell you 100%. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. So I want to close with a couple of things today. This is from Trudy Jane. She says, I forgot the question, but the answer is love. The answer is always love. I love this. I promise you, if you plant even the smallest seed of love, more will grow. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. Keep fighting for the good. Keep showing up. Keep loving, keep giving back, keep being kind, keep being brave, keep caring, keep trying new things, keep showing grace, keep on. The world needs you to believe in the good. And then I'm going to invite you to close your eyes for a moment, and I'm going to read this Celtic version of the Lord's Prayer to you. Holy One, beyond all names, eternal wellspring, may love rise again in us today, with food for every table, shelter for every family, reverence for every life. Forgive us our failings in love, and free us from all falseness, that the light of our souls may shine, and the strength of our spirits endure for earth and all of its people, this day, tonight, and forever. Amen. And namaste. Namaste. Thank you. We can do this. We can do this. Piece of cake. Let's claim it as a piece of cake, yeah. Do you need this? Okay. So now we have this opportunity in our service to support our ministry financially. We have many ways that you can give. We're going to be changing some of these because it actually costs the church money sometimes, different ways that we give. So we encourage Venmo, going to our website. I have mine taken out of my checking account, and I love that because whether I'm here or not, even when I'm gone, that money is going to be coming to this ministry. So let's take our gift or the energy of our gift. And online, I encourage you to support the ministry as well. And let's bless our gift together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And thank you, God.
Sue, I'm just going to steal something from your office to remember you by. In honor of our new members, there will be a celebration cupcakes after the service. Sprinkles are free. Mary, you have an announcement?
Hello, all you lovely peeps. So this weekend is our annual yard sale. Right after the service, have a cupcake. Don't get too close to the front door. Come back in here, though. After you get done, we are going to take all of these chairs out, and we're going to bring tables in, and there's a whole room full of stuff back there for the yard sale that needs to come into the sanctuary and into the fellowship hall. We'll have clothes in the fellowship hall this year as well as all of the things in here. And so that's right after the service. We will feed you because we know you stay if we feed you. And then all week long, we are going to have opportunities to sort and put everything out. We need all hands on deck this week. Anytime that you can come, if you have an hour sometime, please come and help us out. We're not pricing anything. We found out a few years ago, our wonderful Amy Burnett came up with the idea of just doing it by donation, and it works fantastically, so we don't have to price all of these things. So we'll need help all week long for pricing between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. to do all of the setting everything out. If you can't come during the week to help set things up, if you would like to donate money or make something or buy something and bring it by so that all of the volunteers have something to eat all week long, because they work very, very hard and they get very, very hungry. So we will appreciate all food that you donate or money that you donate so that they can buy food for us.
You have to keep us happy.
Yes, please keep our volunteers happy. Okay, so Friday, the sale is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We will need people all day long. For some reason, people don't like to sign up for things and commit. That's okay. Please show up, though. As long as you show up, we'll need all kinds of volunteers to help out with the sale and help direct people. On Friday morning, we definitely will need people because we usually have a line from the front door all the way back to the fence of people waiting to get in first thing Friday morning. So we'll definitely need a lot of people on Friday morning. Saturday, the sale is from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. At 2 p.m., we will need people to come. It's great when we see fresh horses come in to help pack things up because we are tired at the end of the week. We'll need people to come in, pack everything up. We have people that are going to come and take it from us. And so all week long, lots of volunteers, lots of food, and lots of fun and enthusiasm. We have lots and lots of fun. You will find out how funny Linda Hilton is and how funny Susan is and how hard everyone works. So come, it's a lot of fun. You will find if you come and volunteer, you get first dibs on all of the stuff that's coming in. You get to look and find stuff that you might want to take home with you. We will be also accepting donations until Thursday at noon. So all week long, if you have things that you want to bring in, please bring them in. So share on social media that we're having the event. Share that we are accepting donations, no large items. If you do have large items that you want to get rid of and donate that money to the church, please take pictures of it, give descriptions, and bring that and send that to the office. And that way we will figure out how to put that stuff on sale. Thank you.
All right, well, she covered my next announcement, so we need volunteers, show up at 2, etc. Meditation is tonight at 6 p.m., and it is open to everyone, and it will meet in the youth wing this evening. And this Friday, the Navigating Grief Support Group will meet at 6 p.m. at the library station on North Kansas Expressway. This location change is only for this meeting. And next Sunday, in the New Thought and World Religion class, Don Fredrickson will present the many modes of praying. The class does begin at 9:15 a.m. And as mentioned, again, Planet Unity is our annual Earth Day celebration, biggest fundraiser, lots of volunteers. We covered all this. Pay attention. All right. Lots of good things. Lots of good music. Our 50-50 raffles tickets go on sale today. The winner will get half of whatever money is raised and will be drawn during Planet Unity as 50-50s are done. You can purchase tickets in the foyer. And today is the last day to pre-order your Planet Unity t-shirt. We will have some few extras for the sale at the event, but pre-ordering guarantees you'll get the size that you want. Please put your name again on the list in the foyer. And we are collecting tiny trinkets for our egg hunt at Planet Unity. Items must fit inside a plastic egg. We are also needing more plastic eggs. Please join us for the Tiny Trinket Egg Stuffing Party on April 8th. That begins at 4 p.m. We are hoping to have 3,000 eggs to stuff, so please help us out. We will need that. And there will not be a chair yoga class this week, April 10th. There will not be a chair yoga class this week, April 10th, due to the yard sale. Class will resume next week. And the Spring Fashion Boutique is scheduled for April 25th and 26th. If you have spring or summer clothes, shoes, or accessories that you would like to donate for this, we will start collecting after the yard sale. And Sue is retiring, you may or may not have heard. I know, right? She has been attending Unity for over 37 years and has been our spiritual leader for the past 20. Everyone is invited to join us for Sue's retirement party on May 10th from 4 to 7 p.m. This will be a come-and-go event. Please RSVP by signing up in the foyer. And Sue said, the sooner they come in, the better, because she's going to be cranky about that last hour. She wasn't. Yeah. So if you would please stand and join us in our prayer for protection. Together now, the light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.